Hello everyone, so welcome back. Today I will talk about how to create a portrait using watercolor of eyeglass and how you create a translucent um, glass effect using watercolor. So I started out with sketching the piece, and as always, um, I do not use a grid, but I would strongly recommend that you use a grid for more accuracy. It's just that I love freehanding my portraits and adjusting it as I go. And I started with a regular graphite. It's really regular graphite, no brand. It's the one that you could simply buy in any store near your house. And as you could see, when sketching, we always start with a very light shade as much as possible so that it wouldn't really completely appear on your watercolor, since watercolors are always translucent. And so we will always begin with the skin, and I always use my Giorgione watercolor for the skin with the tone of peach, and it's also very light. And yes, I'm using the wet and wet technique, and I created my shadow using a Van Dyke brown, which is very diluted with water so that it wouldn't have that very strong pigment. Now, as you could see, I'm doing the shadow under the glasses and inside the glasses under the eyes, but I'm leaving some spots where I would put a white gouache on top of it to create that translucent glass reflection. Now, on on the nose is more darker because it's in between the eyeglass, and because she has a very thick eyeglass, it's very important that you understood that it would cast off shadows on the edge of her nose, which would also create that more 3D effect, which normally happens when you cast off shadows and you play around with your shadows. I'm using the darkest black with as little water as possible to create a very big pigment. And for the lips, my favorite lip color from my Giorgione is actually a combination of light rose and a darker red brown color. So with this girl holding a cup of coffee with really cute breakfast morning hair tied in a bun, her glasses is a little bit of orange. So I started off with the same palette. It is peach on the skin, but a little bit orange reflection on the shadow because her eyeglasses has a tint of orange. So you have to be aware of the tint of the glasses, because some glasses could be reddish or pinkish or orange. Some even are shades of brown and even black shade for a darker shade. So you have to be mindful of the shade of the eyeglass itself, because it will definitely cast off same color values on the face of your person. Now, I'm actually using not really orange, but it's one of, I think this is burnt sienna, or yeah, burnt sienna color for the eyeglass as a base color, but I would eventually add a more yellow orange tint to it just to create a bigger depth. And because this is a morning portrait, a morning girl holding a cup of coffee, I didn't put a lot of lipstick on her. I try to make it as close to the skin as possible. I think with this one I use a combination of yellow orange, which is very diluted, with a flesh tone to create that um, natural look. And as you can see, I went darker with the shades, and it casted off the same values on the skin. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.